Jon Jones, I think I'm better than you. Tom Aspinall's a fool, but he's a clever fool. That man, he might smoke Jon Jones. I don't think they're gonna be close. Let's get into it. This is Apex Sapien. So anyway, over the weekend we got to watch Tom Aspinall dust up Curtis Blade within a minute, which was rather surprising because I don't know why Curtis Blade chose not to use wrestling, which will be his forte as a national champion wrestler. But hey, MMA is MMA. But what I saw from that, what I was able to take from that entire endeavor was Tom Aspinall is scary. Like everybody he touches, they go down. They don't get back up. And I think since he's been in the UFC, he has a combined total of maybe like I think it's like 10 minutes, 9 minutes in the in fights. So basically, he's just dusting everybody off. Now that brings us to the matchup between Aspinall, Jon Jones. Because where's Aspinall go from here? Because right now he's in a weird purgatory where he really is the unofficial official champion. Like Jon Jones hasn't fought, and we're gonna keep it a stack. Jon Jones really hasn't fought since 2020 against what's his name, Dominic Reyes, and that was a close fight. Jon disappeared for 3 years to put weight on. He beat I think with his return, he beat a Surreal Gon who was clearly scared, did not want to fight him, and he tripped him into a takedown, which resulted in him basically tapping out. And so my question becomes: is Jon Jones any good anymore? Because Jon always goes back and he harps upon being the youngest champion, and he beat 12 champions straight. He beat the best of the best, and so forth and so forth. But that was a long time ago. We haven't seen Jon fight a full fight since 2020. It's been almost 4 years. No, it's been more than 4 years. About 4.5 years. That was February 2020. He fought that Surreal Guyan fight, which once again Surreal was scared, and we come to learn that Surreal might not be as good as we think he is because he was dodging Tom. And in the meantime, Tom's been out here dusting up everybody else. So my question becomes like, why are we waiting for Jon to fight Stipe? Why is Stipe? I don't know. When was the last time Stipe fought 2021 in the Apex against overweight Cormier, who was pretty much cooked, and he's basically been just chilling since then. Or did he fight? I think he fought Francis. I take that back. He got dusted up by Francis. I take that back. He got dusted up by Francis. And then he basically said, I'm out the game. I'm going to chill. Call me back when Jon Jones wants to fight. And so essentially, we have two old men. Because I think Stipe might be approaching 40, if I'm correct. And Jon is a smooth 37. So now we got Tom Aspinall, the young dog with the fresh hands, who's pretty much, I think, cleared out the heavyweight division. I don't know if there's anybody's left for him to fight besides Jon. That's it. And apparently, I believe that Jones and Stipe are supposed to fight, and Tom's going to be the backup fighter. So I'm praying Stipe just drops out because he's tired. He's just an old man. He's taking a nap. He forgot to show up. And we get Tom and Jon. Because I really think when it comes to fighting, the guy who fights the most and is the freshest off of fights, they have a momentum. They have a cage awareness. And Jon, really, we don't know how good Jon's heavyweight work is. Because once again, he fought Surreal. He took 3 years off prior to that. Fought Surreal. And then he tore his pectoral. And we haven't seen Jon do anything else. Except for kind of get drunk in a nightclub. And yell at some people. And yell at some people at his doorstep. Where they try to falsely accuse him for battery for some reason. Which that's a whole other topic another day. Like, you saw to chill it out sometimes. But I think if I'm watching the fight, Jon can try to go for the takedown, but takedown at heavyweight's a lot different than takedown at light heavyweight when you're a much bigger guy. And we know that Tom's hands are quick, and Jon is very hittable. Like, say what you want about Jon. Jon might be the greatest of all time, but Jon is very hittable. Jon takes a lot of chances. He puts a lot of stuff out there, and he is liable to get caught. He's very liable to get hit. And with those hands of stone, and Tom, I don't think Tom has any fear of Jon. I really don't. I think most of the division doesn't have a fear of Jon anymore. Because once again, Jon's like the old dog that was once known as the dog, the top dog, but he's kind of living off a legacy, as we know. And what we know in the MMA is it moves on fast. You're hot 1 minute. We asked Tony Ferguson. You're hot 1 minute, and next thing you know, you're getting smoked by Nate Diaz, Patty Pillington, and all a host of no name people. And you're praying that David Goggins. Then you train with David Goggins, hoping that can change everything around. Not in this game. Like Chael Sonnen says, take the fights that you can get when you can get the fights that you can get them. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, dude, I like Tom's choices. I like Tom's odds. I'm not riding the Jon Jones legendary bandwagon because at some point in time, all legends do get dusted up. From Tyson to Ali to Roy Jones, except for Mayweather, McGregor, DC. At some point in time, you will become the old dog that gets dusted up and the young lions come eat you. So I'm rooting for Tom. I think Tom does him in, and I like to see that fight. Let's go get him, Tom.